So we're supposed to find the h prime x, or the first derivative of h of x, for this function. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this x right here as x to the 2/3. This is good, this is good, this is good, but we also want to rewrite this in the form of the power rule so we can take the derivative of that as well. Now don't forget, this is 5 times that, and 5 has an exponent of 1. So 5 is chill, we're going to leave 5 down there, so we're not going to do anything to 2/5, right? But we are going to take that x to the 7 up and make it x to the -7, and that is going to be in the numerator. Now, what I've noticed you guys struggling with is what to do with these fractions. So be sure, don't write your fractions like this, because then you are multiplying things by the wrong stuff. Instead, we're going to write fractions like with a numerator and a denominator, a top and a bottom. That's going to help us a lot. So let's go ahead and take the first derivative of this, h prime x. We can use the power rule for everything now. So the first one is -2/3 x. Now, what we do is, remember, we multiply and then we subtract by 1. So we're subtracting by 1, but we're going to rewrite 1 as 3/3 because we have a common denominator. And that gives us -5/3. Then we're going to use the power rule again, and we get -20x to the 4th plus, now, this is the derivative of 7, which is a constant. Remember, when we have a graph, h of x equals 7 is the same as y equals 7, and that is just a straight line. So at 7, and remember, if you look at this, what is the slope of the straight line? And that is 0. So that's going to be plus 0, and this is like a 1 here, so if you had a little 1 here, it'd be like 1 times 1. If you want to go the whole like power root with this, -1, and then we're also going to subtract that by 1. That makes this x to the 0, and remember, anything to the 0 power is 1, just leaving that as 1. And last but not least, and this is where you guys had the most trouble, this -7, we're going to multiply it by this, but it's like -7/1. So you've already got the 2/5 there, right? You're going to multiply that by -7. And see how that's in the numerator? Oops, I'm sorry. I accidentally put a 7 there instead of a 5. My bad. All right. And then we are going to, again, it's at -7, and we're going to subtract 1, which gives us -8. So you've got to be really careful with these wonderful fractions here. Okay, so last but not least, let's go ahead and get what this answer is going to be, and that is h prime of x equals, we can leave it like this, or we can simplify it a little bit more if you really want to simplify it, and which is a really good practice, actually. I'd like you guys to pay attention to this. See, I've got the 2/3. This is like over 1. We're going to move this back down to the denominator, so it's now going to be 3x to the +5/3, and you can rewrite it as a rational exponent if you want. And then this stays the same, -20x to the 4th. The 0 we don't need to write. -1. We're going to multiply this, making it -14. Again, this is like over 1, so we want to think about that. And we get -14 over 5x to the 8. So the ones you guys struggled with the most was this one and this one, and it's just because how you're writing your fractions, I think. You're multiplying it by the wrong thing. So if you just kind of clean that up and be really careful, that's going to benefit you in the future and also help you to substitute numbers in for x and get the correct answer. All right, have a great day.